There is a lot of software out there to create book covers and interiors for the KDP low content book publishing business. I prefer to use Adobe products for all my KDP interiors and covers. However, I know most of you use Canva free or pro versions for them. So I decided to learn also Canva to compare it with other tools and understand its pros and cons. As making line notebooks is the first step for most of us in our KDP journeys, firstly, I started with the most popular YouTube tutorials about creating lined paper in Canva. However, I realized that there was no information in these videos about controlling the exact vertical space between horizontal lines. I was surprised because how can you publish notebooks which have some industry standards like college ruled or wide ruled if you can't control the spacing between the horizontal lines? So in this video, I am going to show you how you can control the vertical space between the lines both in Canva free version and Adobe Illustrator. I know it sounds back to basic, but I guarantee that it will help you create better KDP interiors. Keep watching till the end. As there are many other tutorials on YouTube about how to create line papers in Canva, and most of you already know how to do it, to not waste your time, I will pass the first steps very quickly. My target is to create a college ruled paper in US letter size that is 8.5 by 11 inches. Therefore, firstly I will open an 8.625 by 11.25 inches custom size blank document. Because I would like to have the lines extend to the edge of the page, so I need this document with bleed margins. There is a chart in KDP Help Center about the page sizes with and without bleed size information. You can check it for different trim sizes when you need it. So my blank document is ready now. I think most of you know how to make the lines. If you use the keyboard shortcut L, you get a line automatically. As you see, the line is very thick for a lined paper. Firstly, let's make it thinner. Then, click the circles on the edges and drag them to the edge of the page. Okay, let's move our first line to somewhere at the top of the page. After that, if we use the Ctrl D shortcut, you get a duplicated line. Grab the second line and align it to the first line by using the pink guidelines. Then, press Ctrl D again and again until you reach the required number of lines. Then, press Ctrl A to select all and click the position on the top menu. Here you can align the elements and space evenly. As we already aligned the lines in the center and used the Ctrl D duplication shortcut, our lines are in the center and spaced evenly. Therefore, these options are not available right now. If I move the bottom line a little bit below, the space evenly option becomes available. And if you click the option vertically, it will vertically space them between the top and bottom horizontal lines. This spacing is not so wide and doesn't look bad visually. But the question is, if it is college ruled or not. If you don't measure the spacing before publishing, you never be sure about it. And you may get bad reviews like this. This is not college ruled. It is not exactly white ruled, but the lining is not even close to near enough to be college ruled. If you are picky about journals and notebooks, then this is important. As you see here, some customers care about it. If you select two lines and click the Alt key, Canva shows the spacing. But how can you control it? Maybe you need more or less spacing, and want to change it. Our target for this video is creating college ruled line paper. Firstly, we need to define it. The college ruled paper has 9/32 inches spacing between horizontal lines, with a vertical margin drawn about 1¼ inches from the left-hand edge of the page. Okay, by dividing 9 by 32, we can find the space between the horizontal lines. It is 0.28125 inches. How can we make the spacing exactly 0.28125 inches between the horizontal lines in Canva? As I said, I am not an expert in Canva. So when I was searching for a solution, firstly, I tried to use rulers. From the top, after clicking the ruler, drag it down until you get the 1 inch from the top to make the calculations easier. As you see, it is not very sensitive. But if you increase the zoom to 500%, it becomes more sensitive. And you can fix it to 1 inch. As we need 0.28125 inches between the horizontal lines, our second ruler should be on the 1.28125. Let's try to move the second ruler to this number. It is a little annoying to fix it on the right point. And as you see, there are only 3 digits available after the dot. So even we fix it like this, these small numbers after the third digit will make some difference each time. That's why I didn't like and dropped this method. Then, secondly, I thought to add guides in my document and control the spacing between lines with the help of these guides. So, click File, View Settings, Add Guides, and then choose Custom. Here we can arrange the spacing between the guides. As an example, let's make the rows 4 and gap 0.28125. Here it takes only 2 digits after the dot. However, maybe it considers the rest of the digits while making the calculations. I will test it later. By using the keyboard shortcut L, let's make 2 lines and make them thinner first. And align them according to our guides. Again, it's quite annoying to arrange them at the right point. But try to do it until you get 0.28 spacing. You can place the lines like this and control the spacing between the horizontal lines in Canva. But I think it is not a practical way to do it, because it is really hard to align by mouse and open to making mistakes as you do it manually. Also, as I said, the numbers after the second digits were important to make an accurate college ruled page. Therefore, now I will download this file in PDF format, open it in Adobe Illustrator, and measure it to be sure. Okay, here it is. If you measure it, as you see, the spacing between lines is 0.28 inches. So my conclusion is, Canva considers only 2 digits for the guides and 3 digits after the dot for the rulers. And I think we cannot make an accurate college ruled page with this method in Canva. I want to remind you that I am not an expert in Canva, and it is only my conclusion after my test for the free version of Canva. Maybe I am wrong. Online design tools like Canva always have some constraints like this. And this is quite normal. However, after 2 unsuccessful attempts that I just show you, I somehow managed to control the spacing between lines. Now I will show it to you. Firstly, use the keyboard shortcut L and make the line thinner. Then, as we did before, click the circles on the edges and drag them to the edge of the page. After that, select the line and click Position on the top menu. Change the start and end Y coordinate to 1 inch here for doing the calculations easier. This will move our line to the 1 inch of Y coordinate from the top. And this line will be our top horizontal line. Then use the Ctrl D shortcut to get a duplicated line and align it to the first one by using the pink guidelines. We will make a small calculation now. As we checked before, the college ruled paper has 0.28125 inches of spacing between horizontal lines. And according to Alexa, it has 33 lines. So we can find the space between the top and bottom horizontal lines by multiplying 0.28125 by 32. The result is 9 inches. As our top line is on the 1 inch of Y coordinate, our bottom line's Y coordinate should be on the 1 plus 9, 10 inches from the top. So select the second line and click Position on the top menu. And change Start and End Y coordinate to 10. Our top and bottom lines are ready. Now we need 31 more lines between these two. So select the top line and press Ctrl D 31 times. When you have done this, use the shortcut Ctrl A to select all and click Center in the Position menu. And again, under the Position menu, if you click vertically, it spaces all the horizontal lines evenly between the top and the bottom line. If you press the Alt key, you see that the space is 0.281, which is fine. Then use the Ctrl G shortcut to group them. You can drag the group anywhere on the artboard. I aligned the top line on the 1 inch of Y coordinate from the top to make the calculation easier. And you can search if there is any industry standard for this and arrange it accordingly. Also, you can add a vertical margin by using the X coordinates. Let's quickly make it to complete the work. Use the keyboard shortcut L. Make the line a little thicker than the horizontal lines and rotate it to 90 degrees. Then click the circles on the edges and drag them to the edge of the page. Click the Position on the top menu. The X coordinate of the vertical margin approximately is 1.25 inches from the left edge of the page. So write 1.25 for both the start and end X coordinates. Okay, it seems okay for the moment. Again, I will download this file in PDF format and check in Adobe Illustrator if the spacing between lines is 0.28125 inches or not. Okay, that's the file that we made in Canva. If you check the space between two horizontal lines, it is 0.2813. Adobe Illustrator is rounding the numbers to 4 digits after the dot, so it's okay. As you see, we made a quite accurate college ruled paper. By the way, I shared free college ruled line paper in one of my previous videos. You can find this file in my Creative Fabrica store. If you want to download it free, there is a link below in the description. Also, if you liked the video so far, please do not forget to like and comment. Thus, the YouTube algorithm recommends this video to more people like you. And this will encourage me to create more videos and tutorials about KDP low content books. Thanks in advance for this. As I said, I use Adobe products for all my KDP interiors and covers. Now, I will show you how you can control the vertical space between the lines and create a college ruled paper in Adobe Illustrator. It will be quicker than Canva, and you will see how it is easy to do it with some tips and tricks. If you never open up Illustrator or you struggle with it before, just be patient and watch the video till the end. There is no need to have any previous knowledge for today's tutorial. And after watching, if you want to try it, I am going to leave you a link down below in the description to get a 7-day free trial. So, like I tested Canva, you can test Adobe Illustrator too. Let's do it. Firstly, I will open a new document. Click File, then New. You can enter the width and height of the new artboard on the right side of the new window. Just write the values with the bleed margin as we did for Canva. The width was 8.625 inches and the height was 11.25 inches. As we included the bleed margin above, we don't need to add any bleed margin in this area. Then click Create. Okay, it's a new artboard. The gray part is the scratch space, and you can put some stuff here. However, only the stuff in the white area will show up when the document is printed out. Let's draw our first line. Click the line segment tool on the left side menu. Then click somewhere to start on the artboard. Hold and drag it. If you hold the Shift key at the same time, you can draw straight lines. So hold the Shift key and release. Our first line is ready. Now we have to arrange the width of this line. One of the advantages of Adobe Illustrator compared to Canva is that you can control precisely all the parameters of your elements. To avoid any blank space on the artboard, now we should make the width of this line equal to the width of our artboard. To do it, click the selection tool on the left side menu and select the line. There's a small window called Transform on the right side. If you don't have it, just click the window and select Transform. We can arrange the position of the line on the X and Y coordinate here. Also, the width and height of the selected objects can be changed in this small transform window. As we did for Canva, let's move our line to 1 inch on the Y coordinate. Then write 8.625 for the width. As you see, some part of the line is out of the artboard. And if we print like this part will not be visible. Therefore, we have to make the position of the line exactly in the middle of the artboard. There is a horizontal align center option on the top menu. Again, if you don't have this or a small align window on the right menu, click Window and click Align. If you click Horizontal Align Center, you can place the line perfectly in the middle of the artboard. So the position of our line looks good. Now let's arrange the color and thickness of it also quickly. Select the line and choose 0.75 for the stroke weight to make the line thinner. And change the color of it to gray, which will look better on college ruled notebooks. If you double click the swatch, you can see my color parameters here. Now it is time to create the second horizontal line. It's quite easy with a keyboard shortcut. Select the line and then press Ctrl, Shift and M. Here you can change the position of the selected object horizontally and vertically. If you remember, spacing between horizontal lines is 0.28125 inches for college ruled paper. Therefore, write 0.28125 in the vertical box. As you see, it is rounding the number to 4 digits after the dot, and it shows the space as 0.2813. But it's okay because Adobe Illustrator considers the fifth digit in its calculations in the background. If you click Preview here, you can see how your line will move. In this window, you can both move the selected object and copy and move it at the same time. So if you click Copy here, you can create the second line. Okay, now we have the second line. Let's control if it was moved correctly or not. If you select both lines and check the height on the transform window, you see that it is 0.2813. So it works quite well. Okay, now we will duplicate this line as much as we want to complete our college ruled paper. To do it, select the second line and then press Ctrl D as we did in Canva. It's a shortcut for reapplying a transformation to an object. Okay, do it 31 times to reach the 33 lines in total. Let's control the spacing again for the new lines. Select two lines randomly and check the height in the transform window. It is 0.2813. Perfect. Some other shortcuts are also the same as Canva, like Ctrl A to select all the objects. So click Ctrl A, then right click and select Group to group them. Now you can move them together up or down wherever you want. As a final step, I will add a vertical margin. Click the line segment tool on the left side menu. Then click somewhere on the artboard. Hold and drag. Don't forget to hold the Shift key to keep it straight. And then release. Now we have to arrange the height of this line. Click the selection tool on the left side menu and select the line. Then change the height value to 11.25 in the transform window. And this time, click the vertical align center option on the top menu or in the align window to move it to the correct position in the center. And now we should make it thicker than other lines as we did in Canva. Let's make the stroke 2 here. Okay, we just need to arrange the position of it on the X coordinate now. And we can do it also in the transform window. Be careful, the reference point should be on the left side here. Select the line and change the X value to 125. That's it. Today I try to show how you can control the vertical space between the lines both in Canva free version and Adobe Illustrator. In conclusion, it is possible to make it in both tools. Although Canva has some constraints to make it, I think it is good enough if you are beginning your Amazon KDP journey. On the other hand, Adobe Illustrator is a professional design tool. And in my opinion, if you learn it a little bit, it can bring your KDP business to the next level. As I said, there is a 7-day free trial link below in the description to test it. I remind you that there are many free tutorials on YouTube about it, and you can learn it by yourself. If you want to see more videos about Adobe Illustrator on my channel, please let me know in the comment section. I hope this video was worth watching. If you think so, make sure to subscribe and like the video to support the channel. I will continue to make videos about Amazon KDP low content books. See you soon in the next video.